Welcome to my video on the Poollab 1.0. So this was just going to give you a quick overview of the Poollab and what you get with it, and then I thought I'd do some comparison with the strips as well. So before just go into prices, I mean, this you have to buy up front, and you actually have to get these tablets. Now these refill kits are probably, they seem to be, you go from sort of £18 to £20 for 100 tests, so you're looking at about 18p a test really for each of those. With this you can get a refill pack. That refill pack is £11, and that's for about 20 tests, so that works out at about 55p per test. However, you can get some of these in packs of 100 from swimmingpoolchemicals.co.uk and elsewhere for about sort of £6–7 for a pack of 100, and then you have to get multiple different packs for each of the tests you want to do, and they work out about 28p, so still about 10p a test more than if you were going to do the strips. Now, to me, I think doing this gives me a much more accurate result. So once I've done the results with the Poollab, I'll also do some tests with these, and then we can have a comparison and how they came out. I quite like this because it gives me an exact 0.2 decimal places the result. It backs up to my phone, so I can see exactly what it is. There's no guesswork between, is it this color, is it that color, and because it goes to the phone, so I've got a history kept on my phone, and it also syncs to the cloud if you want to sort of go through the cloud that way. So just talk through the box here. So this is the Poollab, this is the actual unit. It floats, it's waterproof. You have a cap here, so this cap goes on for when you're zeroing the meter and when you're taking measurements, and then inside this is your sample bit here, which comes out. Now if you fill it up to just this ridge here, that's 10 mil, so you can either dip it in the pool to pick it all up, or they give you a syringe as well, which of course you can then extract 10 mil of water and then squirt it in if you want to. Alongside that you have this crushing stick, so this allows you to crush up the tablets. So as we go through, I'll show you how sort of the tablets crush up. You have to crush them really up, and then you have your selection of different tablets available. So we've got alkalinity, pH, bits and pieces, and then we've got our red one and number 1 DPD and number 3 for doing the chlorine and total chlorine. So they come sort of in a nice pack like this, and then you have the manual here. The manual is very easy to read, so it tells you basically how to, step by step, how to zero your machine, and then for each one it's pretty picture diagram. So pH, taking a sample of the water, making sure it's level, dropping in one tablet, crushing it up, putting the cap on, and then which button to press. And then as you look through, it's the same for sort of chlorine, tells you which button, and then for sort of things like total chlorine, which button as well. So yeah, it's really easy to work with. So let's start it up and start doing some tests and see where we actually get to. So first thing I need to do is zero, so I'm going to go to my pool, get my 10 mil, and I'm going to zero the device. So the first one we will look to do is we will look to do the pH. So I've got the pH here, and then we'll look at doing the others. So it's now ready to test. So what I'm going to do is pop a pellet into the water. Now what you'll notice actually with this, it takes about 5 minutes or so to do all the tests if you sort of bash through it quickly. So it is a fair bit longer than sort of the 15 seconds, 30 seconds it takes to do a strip test, but it does work a lot better. So that tablet's all messed up, so it ain't top on, and we're now going to do the pH test. So as you can see, it's counting down from the 15 seconds. You can jump the time if you want to, I haven't played around with jumping the time much at the moment, but you can do, and I'll have a look at that as we go through anyway. So as you can see now, I've got a pH now of 7.69. So right, so I'll just empty that and then take, I'm going to give a bit of a rinse again, get my 10 mils. Once you've done a 0, you only have to do the 0 once. You can do it each time if you want to, but you don't have to on that one. So the first thing we want to test for is the free chlorine, and for that we use the DPD number 1. So from here, pop it in. And the good thing is, when you're testing between free chlorine and your total chlorine, you don't actually have to change the water. So this is done with the same test sample. So here in this one, taking a little bit longer to break up. So what I found is, if you, rather trying to break up the mid of the tablet, start sort of crushing it from the side so you get into little pieces, then give it a good mix. So that's all dissolved now. So top back on, and I'm now going to do the free chlorine. So again, this sort of takes 15 seconds, and each time I just give my crusher a mix after each one. And then after this we will look at the DPD. Now the number 3 for the total chlorine does take a bit of time to deal with. So my chlorine, full chlorine, is a little bit high, 4.14. So at least I know the exact figure. I do have some dechlorinator coming as we speak, which should arrive tomorrow. So now to do the putting in number 3. So this is now for testing for total chlorine, and by having the total chlorine, I can then minus the free chlorine from the total chlorine, which then gives me my combined chlorine, and that's how much is actually being used by the pool at the moment to tackle anything that's in, even with an oxy mixture, whatever it's called, which is some stuff that I've ordered as well on that side. So that's all mixed and through that. So to do both of these, you press them both at the same time. Now this has got a 2-minute wait time on this, so again it takes a bit of time compared to doing the strips. So I thought just in this time we will have a quick look at the app. Sorry for the cut screen, but when I was demonstrating this app out in the sun, no one could see it when I played it back, so I thought I'd just put this little edit into the video. So this is the mobile app we have here, and if I go down, so this is where you can create your various accounts on here. So you can have multiple accounts set up. So if you have a spa, a pool, you can actually create different accounts, and you can simply open an account like so, and then this is all your history of all the account information as it logs on. Now one of the things you will see is that actually as you go down, you can add comments and bits and pieces on here. So from here I can see that I've added 16 grams of shock, and that was when I did the testing on this date. So as I go through, and if I want to add a comment, it is as simple as going sort of comment, typing in whatever you want, and this allows you to sort of put a comment against any of your readings on here. So as you can go through, you can look back and see, okay, what was it before, what have I done to increase it. So on here I can see that I added 18 grams at 9 AM on the 3rd, and this allows you to track all those details. So I can then see, so I've got over range was my alkalinity the other day, so let's bring that down. By parts per chlorine was a bit low, so that's when I did some adjustments. My pH was a bit high, so again I've added 83 grams of reducer added. So when I take my tests in a few days time or the following day, I can then look to see what it actually is. So after creating this, I got a few questions around the app, and one of the things I missed off, so I do apologize. So a quick run through now is the chemistry side on the app. So the good thing about the app is under each account you can put in your volume of water, and then within the chemistry you can then create your different water treatment products. And it's simple as going plus. You can then choose the type of group it's going into. You can give it a specific name, so you have one or more chemicals, you can put that in there. You can put it if it increases, decreases, the amount it takes, and then the amount of water volume that affects. So if you're going straight off the packet, you could copy the packet details in here from the chemicals you have to hand. So I've got increased chlorine just set of this example, just so we've got some numbers. So 30 grams will increase the volume from 7.1, which is the size of my pool, by 1. So save that and come out. So now if I'm actually going into my accounts and I'm looking at my chlorine here, which is currently was 1.55 the other day, and I add in my dosage amount, and I want to increase my desired volume of 3 and click OK. It then asks me to open a PDF file, and from here, within this PDF, as you can see here, it is now telling me that I need 43.62 grams of that chemical to increase my volume up to the desired 3. And of course you can do this on all the chemicals within your pool and create that dosage charts for you. At the moment I'm still trying to work out actually what is affecting my pool, because a lot depends on the water quality, what temperature it is, etc, etc. So I'm just trying to build up a picture, and then I'll be filling that in and then trying to use the app as much as possible and fine tuning it as I go. Anyway, I hope you find this helpful, and catch you later. Here and there, I guess if you're going to go for more expensive devices, they'll be quicker from that side as well. So it does take a little bit of time. I'm hoping you guys can still read this in the sunlight that we're finally getting down here in the UK. So I can import 4 test results. So they're the 4 tests I've done. So yep, I want to do that. And then this is where I select my account. So I've only got one account on here, but if you have multiple accounts you can do. Select that. That's now been removed. And then if I click onto my accounts now, as you can see, I've got today's calculations on there. So they're the calculations we got. So what I thought we'd have a quick look at is this test first. We'll do one of the strip tests on the 4-in-1 and see what this comes up with. So again, dip, shake. So let's just give it. Coming up to about 15 seconds. So if we have a look at the pH on mine, so we had 7.69. so you can see from there, looking at this, it looks like it's 7.8 or close to it. So again, from that side, I've got my free chlorine on here as 4.14. as you can see, it's more than 3, less than 5, so it is sort of fairly close, but it is quite a jump in that one as well. Alkalinity, then we got 1.71, and again you might think you're up above 180, seeing where that is. So again, with this test strip, as you can see, telling the colours and the exact colours at the right time compared to knowing exactly what you want. And then let's have a quick look at this one. I got a bit of fluid in there, so let that dry. So again, so let's see, this one comes off. So again, so waiting about 15 seconds. So on this one's got total, so as you can see, the total is slightly off, but it only goes from 25, so I have no idea actually what my total is on there. Looking on the blue, is that 3 or is that 5? Don't know. It's probably a little bit of each, so you probably sort of say that's maybe a 4. The pH as well, that's below 7.6 and the 7. Compared to what we're actually having on here is sort of the 7.69, which is actually between these two, where this is sort of coming out between the two bottom ones. And alkalinity as well is looking sort of maybe more to the 120, close to that side as well. So as you can see, sort of the strips is difficult to sort, but now I know exactly what my totals are now. So I know my chlorine's a little bit high, so once my dechlorinator comes I can drop that in. And actually, because my actual combined chlorine is 0.9, so it's actually come down a bit from yesterday. So what I want to do is make sure there's no more chlorine going in. I want to open up the pool and try and get some sunlight and try and burn some of that free chlorine off, as it's a bit high. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've got any questions, please reach out. Thank you very much.